Hey, I'm Mish.
I'm Mills, and this is Mish and Mills.
What's happening, people? Week 4 down, week 5 coming up very shortly. I'm pretty excited.
He shouldn't wear his Eagle stuff today because I think he's worried.
Yeah, after last week's loss, I'm disgusted, honestly.
Hey, I'm used to it, so I'll wear this whenever.
Whatever. We'll see this week, actually.
I'm used to losing, guys. It is what it is.
Hey,
but you know what we didn't lose in? Our DFS lineups. We killed it last week.
Yeah.
I hope you guys listened to our picks, because if you did, you definitely won money.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we had some great players going, great players that we mentioned who went off. I mean, stratospherically.
Let's go and recap that right now.
Yeah, let's go and jump right into it. All right, guys. So jumping right into our hits and misses, and whoo, we got some good hits. Deshaun Watson leading the way there. Matt Ryan, Andy Dalton, Stafford, Rivers.
Pete Rivers of points, didn't he?
Yes, he had us.
Sorry, I don't know why I made that joke.
That's all right.
Kamara. But, we had to put someone there.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that Browns offense looked really, really good. So I was pretty excited about that. Kamara, Zeke went off. Gordon, Barkley, Gio Bernard.
I told you, Skittles
is in the game, man.
The old man showed up.
And David Johnson finally getting...
They gave him the ball.
Yeah,
finally. Finally. You guys caught on.
It made no sense why they have not been. Well, hopefully production stays up going forward.
Right.
Wide receivers, Golden Tate. Woo.
Went off.
Hopkins.
He finally had his game.
Yes.
He's back. Amari Cooper. Every other week, apparently. He shows up, and no one has him those weeks.
Yeah, every other week. That's his schedule. He shows up one week, next week he's taking off. So,
yep.
Julio Jones. Yeah, Julio's a stud. Shepard, Tyler Boyd, and Calvin Ridley, the emerging star out there in Atlanta.
Yeah, man. Jared Cook, again. I mean, he's definitely showing that he's a tight end to play with this year. Zach Ertz, Trey Burton, Eric Ebron, and rest in peace, Tyler Eifert. Hope you're okay. That looked gruesome.
Yeah, that was...
But thank you for getting us the 13.8 points before that even happened. So.
Yeah, great production until he went down. Hopefully he does get better very well.
Get soon.
Absolutely. Those are our hits. I mean, pretty star-studded.
We had more that we couldn't even fit, honestly.
Yeah. And then
what is this?
Eli, that offensive line, my man. Drew Brees.
Drew, come on, man. He was the #1 quarterback all year, and yeah, he didn't play well. Coleman, not the worst outing, not the best. Same with Breida.
Yeah.
But that's as bad as our running back picks got last week, honestly.
Yeah. Which is good.
We had to put him in. Allen Robinson and Michael Thomas. That's another shocking one, Michael Thomas.
Yeah. I mean, that Drew Brees Thomas just didn't work out this week. But then Hooper and Disley got injured.
He got hurt in his defense. Yeah.
But yeah, those are our misses. Not too bad, I would say. Pretty good percentage overall from hits versus misses. So yeah, it's pretty solid.
Let's go into this week's picks.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do the breakdown, baby. Woo!
Starting with the quarterback position with 8,000 and above, we have Patrick Mahomes, 8,600. Ben Roethlisberger, 8,400. Aaron Rodgers, 8,400. Superman, 8,400. Matt Ryan, 8,300. Phillip Rivers, 8,200. And Jared Goff at 8,000. Mish, who you like?
I mean, coming off, is Patrick Mahomes a star or what? I mean, but against Jacksonville, I'm staying away for 8,600.
Yeah, I think he'll still do well, but I just don't like starting people against Jacksonville because it limits their potential. And if you're paying 8,600 and the potential is possibly limited, I would rather pay for something else.
Absolutely.
How about Big Ben against Atlanta in Pittsburgh? Big Ben always shows up in Pittsburgh, it seems like, and Atlanta's defense hasn't stopped anyone. They're very banged up. Every game they've been in is a shootout, so I do like Ben Roethlisberger at 8,400.
Fair enough. I do like Matt Ryan in this game as well.
Yeah, shootout.
Back-to-back no-mistake games, and they're still losing by like a small margin. I think Matty Ice is going to be hot, especially versus like a beaten-down Steelers defense as well. That's going to be another shootout this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superman. I say him every week because I like him every week. Any matchup, and this is a good one as well. At 8,400, he had the bye week to prepare. They've had an extra week. He's well rested, and against the Giants, I think he's going to be heavily involved, and he's also one of those quarterbacks that he gets the goal line carries, so he gets those rushing touchdowns for you.
Absolutely. I mean, I like Rivers this week against Oakland. I mean, if you look at what Baker Mayfield did last week, I like Rivers this week. They're a tough team, but Rivers has the arm and accuracy to get it done. I mean, it's going to be a good matchup. A lot of throwing.
You know what? Honestly, I'm just going to say them both, too, because I like Goff, and I like Aaron Rodgers. Either one. Aaron Rodgers has been limping still, kind of. He has a good matchup. I think that game in Detroit could be pretty high scoring, actually, so it's not a bad one. And Goff, too. Yeah, anyone in this 8,000 range, I'm not against this week, really.
Except for Patrick Mahomes. For me personally.
Yeah, I'm not against it, but I'm not for that. Like, I'm not going to pay up that much for him. Yeah. I like, out of this, I would say Big Ben, Cam Newton, Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers, and Goff.
Yeah, I mean, Goff, it's pretty. He's been on fire.
Yeah, man.
I mean, besides Patrick Mahomes, I feel like Jared Goff has had an absolute fantastic start to the season. I mean, he's torched the teams up with their passing.
Yeah, those receivers
and their running game is awesome. Like, it gives them a lot of opportunity to be through.
Plus, refs won't call blocking the backs for him. So yeah, I'm still salty about that.
7,000 and above there. I mean, in this lineup, I'm liking Wentz this week. Not to be a homer, but it's a matter of time. Wentz should be comfortable now.
I'll admit it. Our defense looks awful so far.
Yeah. I mean, it's his third week starting. He's going to get warmed up. And
he looked good last week. He did very well last week.
Yeah, I think this week's going to be his week, though.
Yeah. On the opposite side of that, I might as well throw it back in your face with Kirk Cousins. Your pass defense hasn't been the best either. This could actually, which is weird to say because both these defenses were very talented last year, but both are allowing points to be scored against them this year. This could be actually a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
Which is really weird for us to say as Viking and Eagles fans. We thought it'd be the opposite.
Yeah.
But yeah, with what we've seen so far, both these guys could show up, and they're both at pretty decent prices.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be another shootout. Minnesota, Philadelphia.
Yeah. It'll be a good
big game coming up. Absolutely. The other one that I do like here is Blake Bortles against Kansas City. Even through inconsistency, I see Bortles having a big week.
And Fournette, it looks like he's out. The hamstring flared up again, and we've noticed that when he is out, Blake Bortles does well.
Yeah,
they air it out at that point.
And he's going to be going head to head with Patrick Mahomes. I feel like it's going to be a good way of like showing up and be like, hey, I'm making a standpoint. So
yeah, he's going to have to score points to keep up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that. Joe Flacco, maybe, right? If you're looking for a different play than everyone else. I like some other guys in this range as well more, but Flacco against Cleveland. Cleveland hasn't played very good defense this year, and they've allowed a lot of points. So I wouldn't be against Joe Flacco. Yeah,
I wouldn't be either. But the other guy I do like here is Derek Carr. I mean, it just comes down to, are the Raiders hungry enough?
They need a win.
Is Carr going to lead them to their second victory? Because it all depends on him. I mean, it's a lot of questions, but Carr, he has the weapons to get it done.
He does. And he's got the arm.
Yeah.
He's very good.
I believe in him this week against the Chargers. It's going to be a tough matchup, but if they're going to get it done, it's going to be with his arm.
That could be shootout potential as well in that game because both those offenses are very good. I think the Chargers have a better defense than Oakland, but that could be a high-scoring one as well.
Absolutely.
Anyone else? Baker Mayfield? I'm staying away from that, guys. Against Baltimore, I'm staying away. Russell Wilson, the offensive line hasn't showed me enough.
I mean, they're playing the Rams.
No,
thank you.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. The number one quarterback from last year hasn't really panned out yet.
I mean, that offensive line, it just comes down to that line.
It's not his fault.
Really, yeah. He's a still fantastic player, without doubt.
How about down here in the 6,000 range, Mish? Is there anyone that you actually
I'll go out on a whim. I like Josh Rosen. I mean, he had a promising start last week. As long as his receivers catch the ball, I think he's going to have like a Trubisky-style week this week, man. Against San Francisco, two young quarterbacks just dueling it out. decent run games behind him as well. I think this is going to be a great showdown. I like Josh Rosen this week. If you're paying down, that's your steal of the week.
Maybe Tannehill at 6,600. I'm not really excited about just about any of these guys, honestly. Maybe actually, you know what, Mariota. How about Mariota?
Yeah.
Yeah, forget Tannehill.
32 points last week.
Yeah, he had a great game, and Corey Davis actually looked like a legit receiver last week, so he might have a weapon to hit. And against Buffalo's defense hasn't been the best.
It has not.
And Tannehill, I'm not against either, obviously.
What do you think about Sam Darnold this week against Denver?
I don't know. I don't like it.
You know?
I don't.
I mean, that's a tough one. Something to keep an eye out on. I mean, I'm not really convinced either.
Yeah.
Not quite yet.
Beathard?
Yeah.
I'm not really myself trying to pay for any of these guys. Yeah. If I can avoid it, if I was going to do one, it'd be Mariota.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well,
that's his trust, honestly. Yeah. I've seen more from him. You know, I like Case Keenum, but they have a lot of good young running backs, it seems like, and they're using them. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's jump into our running backs, see what kind of breakdown we have there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now for running backs, we'll do 8,000 and above. We got Todd Gurley, who's actually above 9,100. Melvin Gordon, 8,700, and we'll finish off with McCaffrey at 8,100. I like them all.
I like them all too. I mean, they're super productive. They play a huge role in each of their game plans, literally. And Todd, now it just comes down to looking at the favorable matchups.
Yeah,
against who they're playing.
Do you see enough of a difference to go Gurley over like a Gordon or McCaffrey yourself?
I see a difference of 1,000 there going with McCaffrey against the Giants.
Yeah, see, I'm in the same boat. I'd rather pay down for one of the two. Todd Gurley's like elite running back, possibly best running back, honestly, probably is right now. But I'd rather just pay down. I don't see enough of a difference in scoring, and honestly, I like both the matchups for McCaffrey and Gordon.
Yeah.
I like Todd Gurley too. I'm not saying don't start him.
Seahawks defense is against the run garbage.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a field day as well.
Todd Gurley any week's going to have a field day.
Yeah.
Right? Melvin Gordon, though, also in that same boat and saves you $500.
Yeah, McCaffrey, I'm just really liking this week because
$400. Sorry.
Yeah, you got to do some math, bro.
Yes.
But he is literally he's just been lacking touchdowns. I feel like as soon as he starts getting these touchdowns in, dude, that point per average, I mean, fantasy point average, is going to just boost up. He's going to be right with the rest of them. Yeah, so I like him. 7,000 and above. Let's take a look. Nice little group here. Great group here.
Yeah. Who do you see in this?
I like Kareem Hunt against Jacksonville. Very tough matchup. It's going to be physical. And the way he's been getting the ball quite a bit, this week's going to be huge because their game plan is specifically going to be positioned around wearing down that defense. So this is going to be a big week, and I think he's going to get the job done.
I will go down a little bit, and he's been having some rough weeks, but James Conner against Atlanta, I think that, you saw what Gio Bernard and
tore it up.
He tore him up.
Tore it up.
I can see that being a high-scoring game and a lot of receptions for James Conner.
Yeah, I think Connor's ready to repeat from week 1.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a bounce back. He's been slowed down a lot. I see him bouncing back a little bit this week. Also, David Johnson at 7,600. He finally got the touches, and he got like 22 touches last week. Check the stats that confirm, but that's what you want, and he's probably lower priced than you've ever seen him in the last year or two.
Oh yeah.
So and San Fran's defense isn't good, so I wouldn't be against David Johnson. I actually really like that pick for some reason this week.
Fair enough. Going under 7,000, this is where it gets really, really, really good. I mean, I love the variations between all these players because they have so much potential, always putting up good points, and they get pretty decent touches for their teams. I mean, this is a very interesting dynamic. Let's start off with, I'm liking Carlos Hyde like I did last week. The only difference was Nick Chubb, when he got the opportunity, exploded.
What was it, 3 carries for 100-something yards, 2 touchdowns? Yeah, what in the world?
And Carlos Hyde still maintained 22 carries, right?
Yeah.
So
no, he got the bulk. Like, it was, I think Chubb had 3 carries the whole game.
So Hyde, without a doubt, he is their bull. Yeah, he's their bull. I mean, and I like him this week as well against Baltimore. Dude, they're going to be on that 1-yard line, 2-yard line, trying to pound it in. So I like Hyde getting a couple touchdowns this week.
TJ Yeldon, it doesn't look like Fournette's going to play, and Kansas City's defense is, I haven't seen them slow anyone down yet. Their offense is amazing.
Yeah.
Their defense is like the complete opposite. And I think TJ Yeldon at $6,500 is a good price to pay for a back that can also catch the ball.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, the other matchup I do like is Alex Collins. Baltimore against Cleveland. I feel like he is that sleeper guy, and I see him having a big game, at least with a touchdown. He's someone you can kind of throw in and fit in, especially if you're paying out for major, like, big quarterback, big running back as well, so big receivers.
If Freeman doesn't play, I like Coleman against Pittsburgh. If Freeman does play, I almost don't know who to start. Because I don't know how much Freeman's gonna play, if they're gonna ease him in, and then even when they're both healthy, it's kind of like up in the air. So I'm not gonna pay for it if they both play. But if it's just Coleman, I wouldn't be against paying $6,900.
Yeah, I mean, Tevin Coleman last couple of weeks, and I've picked him, but he hasn't been as productive as I was thinking he would be. He just hasn't paid off for me personally. So I'm kind of staying away from it unless...
Pittsburgh's defense, though, guys, it's not that good. Yeah, only do it if Freeman doesn't play. Yeah. And honestly, I out of the guys we named, I named him last for a reason. So, yeah.
Coming down here, I am really liking Aaron Jones, man.
Okay.
Aaron Jones, without a doubt, should definitely be that lead back in Green Bay. Detroit has a super sketchy defense, against the run, and I'm taking Aaron Jones this week, man. This is a sleeper guy.
Flip side, Kerryon Johnson, Detroit. Let him just give him the rock every time. No need to bring in the other guys.
He's explosive.
Yeah, he's great. He's a rookie, and he's playing really well. I mean, the last 2 weeks he's done very well, and against Green Bay's defense, they haven't stopped the run with anyone this year, it seems like. So I like Kerryon Johnson at $6,100 also.
Fair enough. All right. I mean, that's kind of does it for me on my end.
Let me see.
Like,
maybe like a Dion Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he can get some receptions, and Buffalo's defense hasn't been the best. Royce Freeman seems to get a touchdown every week, right? And Phillip Lindsay gets a lot of catches. It's still too much of a mixture for me to go with either of them and pay for it. Anyone else, maybe?
I'm just going to couple up with that Dion Lewis, man. That Dion Lewis pick is solid. He hasn't had like an outburst of a game yet, but the amount of catches he gets out of the backfield, he's so nifty. He's fast. He's quick.
Yeah, he can definitely take one long.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Now, against Buffalo, the chances are pretty good.
They definitely increase.
He's another steal.
How about anyone down a little bit lower if we're looking for like maybe a sleeper? Mike Davis, if Chris Carson doesn't play, I would go Mike Davis. The Rams defense is, don't get me wrong, pretty good against the run. But if you're going tournament and just want to pay way down that, Allen, he gets all the receptions. Him and Collins pretty much do almost a 50-50 split. Yeah. So when it comes to snap count, at least, maybe not rushing attempts, but snap count, and he gets all the receptions, and Cleveland's defense has not been good. So that's a good price for him as well at $5,400.
Yeah. Well, that kind of wraps up our running back picks here, and let's jump into those wide receivers, see what we got going on. Wide receivers, 8,000 and above here. Really, really tough
Lots of
picks
guys.
Here. Yeah, lots of
at
big
8,000
names.
and above.
Yeah.
You got Antonio Brown, the highest at 9,000 against Atlanta, and Atlanta hasn't slowed any receiver down. What makes you think they're going to slow Antonio Brown down, right?
I mean, this week I like Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
He's been quiet all year. He hasn't been posting the games he has.
Like,
but
quiet for him is still good. Like, he's getting
Yeah.
the touchdown all the games. You know, he's what is it, 14.9? I mean, that's a very high quiet. So yeah, imagine. I can't wait to see his loud game, and it could definitely happen against Atlanta.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be his breakout game. This is gonna be his breakout game. 9,000. He's super priced, but solid return here. What else do you like, my man?
A lot of guys in this list. Julio Jones against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's defense hasn't slowed any receivers down, and no one's slowed Julio Jones down. So at 8,800, him and Matt Ryan's been on fire this year, guys.
Yeah.
And I really like Julio Jones, as well as some other guys on that team. So
yeah. I like Stephon Diggs in this matchup, especially with that deep ball threat. He's flying up and down the field, and I think he's gonna have a big game, bigger game than Thielen this week.
I think Thielen's gonna have a big game too.
Yeah.
I think they both tend to, right? They both are they're always both solid plays. Thielen's gonna get you the more receptions, and Diggs is gonna break one deep for you if he gets it. So yeah, I'll go with either of them. AJ Green maybe just because of the amount of targets he's gonna get. Miami's defense is pretty good. They're not the worst, but with the amount of targets he gets, I wouldn't be against that. I actually like on the other side of Pittsburgh's offense, Juju against Atlanta. Juju's been outscoring Antonio Brown. We both kind of have this hunch that Antonio Brown's gonna go off. It seems like, and this is gonna be his week. But I wouldn't be either way. Juju's gonna have a great game this week against Atlanta, also at 8,000.
The other guy I like is Keenan Allen. He's been quiet since week 1. I can feel a big game coming from him. I mean, he gets the targets, and against an Oakland secondary, I think he'll be looking to explode. I mean, at least a 2 TD performance from Allen.
He freaked me out last week, man, with that knee flare up he had. But yeah, he seemed like he played, so I guess he's okay. I'll play him against Oakland. He can have one leg and probably score on them.
Savage.
Oh, Devontae Adams. So yeah, before we don't name him against Detroit, he could have a great game too.
Yeah, Devontae Adams, he gets a lot of targets.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the top targeted guy last week, and this week coming in, Detroit, like you call it, would be like kind of a shootout there. So we'll see how that plays out. Now about that 7,000 and above,
only a few guys. That's weird. Weird pricing this week, huh? Tyreek Hill 7,800 against Jacksonville. I like Tyreek Hill the player. I don't know if I'm gonna pay for Jacksonville matchup. Honestly, I like Golden Tate in this realm against Green Bay. Golden Tate is a PPR machine, guys. He gets so many targets, and Green Bay's defense hasn't slowed anyone up. I like a lot of the receivers for Detroit this week.
Yeah, I mean, Tyreek Hill, I actually like this week. And the only reason I'm saying it's a tough matchup against Jacksonville, tough defense, but he's going to make his money on special teams this week.
Well, I think if they're going to beat them, too, they're going to have to beat him in the air.
Yeah. And also, I think his special teams ability this week is going to be on highlight. Watch out for that.
What do you think about Brandon Cooks?
Like him, there's a lot of weapons in that Rams offense.
All three of them seem to be scoring. At least last week,
100 yards each one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a roulette, just like the way Kansas City's offense operates. So we're gonna, he's not a bad pick.
And then Robert Woods, same thing, same exact scenario.
Yeah.
I think Robert Woods is going to get more maybe targets than Brandon Cooks, but Brandon Cooks has more of the big play ability.
Yeah.
And then let's go ahead and let's go down from that. I'm not going to play Landry myself.
Not either.
Yeah. I just don't like it against Baltimore. I think they're going to put a lot of pressure on Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley, like the matchup against
it.
Pittsburgh. 6,800. I love that.
I mean, it's literally to ride the hot hand or not. 3 touchdowns the week before. Last week, 2 touchdowns. I mean, can we get another 4 touchdown performance? Come on, buddy.
I think him and Julio can both put up big numbers.
Big numbers,
either one.
And especially, he's going to be taking away the attention. Well, the attention is going to be on Julio,
right,
on the double team. So
and it doesn't matter because those corners aren't good anyway.
Yeah.
So who? It's not like someone's gonna, you know, like they're just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Alshon Jeffrey. I mean, you would
He's
never
back.
even know if he got hurt and he was
Right.
having a fever last week or some sickness. But the report between him and Wentz has been spot on, and I see another big day coming his way.
Yeah.
He's going to make a statement.
We're getting scorched also, and without Everson Griffin putting pressure on the quarterback, our defense looks terrible. I hate to say it, and yeah, Alshon Jeffrey, he's a big receiver, and he's definitely going to put up numbers. Cooper Kupp,
Yeah, I love him.
Just because of the amount of targets he gets.
Dude.
I don't think he'll get as many as he did last week. Don't get me wrong. That was, how many targets did he get? Like, it was a lot.
It was like 12 or 13
Yeah.
or something like that. But Cooper Kupp in the red zone is Goff's the man. I mean, that's Goff's man.
trust him.
So, I mean, I like Cooper Kupp.
And he's
every week
he's the
going
lowest
forward.
priced one. So if you're aiming for a Rams receiver, why not pay down?
Yeah.
Sanders, I don't mind him any week, and against the Jets, I don't mind it. I'm staying away off of Baldwin. I don't like that, or
And
Lockett.
Lockett.
Not
Maris Thomas can't catch.
anymore. I don't know.
I don't know
Like,
what's going on with that. Mari Cooper, another. I think he's gonna sit out this week because he always.
Yeah,
it's
he's
1 week on, 1
every
week
other
off.
week, right?
It makes no sense.
It's one of those things where I feel like people are gonna jump on it, and I try to avoid that. I told you guys last week that I try to play guys that didn't have the best week the week before, but I know can score a ton of points because everyone's chasing the points from the previous guy. They're living in the past. Guys, we're looking right now.
in the future.
Yep. And you know what? Actually, speaking of looking in the future, how about Marvin Jones? Yeah, I mean, against Green Bay,
Yeah.
I like all the receivers. I like Galladay too, and I already named Golden Tate. They can definitely score against this team.
Golden Tate had a big week last week. Marvin Jones has been pretty quiet. He gets a touchdown here and there so far throughout these 4 weeks. This is going to be his week. I mean, I feel like he's going to get at least one touchdown this week.
Yeah,
and
against,
it's
I
going to go
agree.
to him. So, and then going down a little bit more. There's a
Not
lot
like
of
Crabtree. Corey Davis, he's
big game.
Yeah, I mean, in general, he's been getting tons of targets when he's out there. He actually made something of them last week, and against Buffalo, he could do it at 6,400.
As long as Mariota can throw to him, I mean, I don't see why his production would go down. If anything, it should go even higher up. The trust should be building a little bit more. I like Tyler Boyd this week, my man. Tyler Boyd just without Eifert. There are other tight end is there, but with Eifert being primarily out in that slot receiver, I can see him kind of. He should be ready for that big game, especially
he's been
against.
playing well.
Miami was MIA versus the Pats last week, so hopefully they're MIA again.
Yeah, I already technically named Galladay, so you guys know how we feel about that. I'll go to John Brown. John Brown's having a great year, and he always has. Whenever he is healthy, he does very well, and Flacco's airing it out. And against Cleveland, he's going to. I actually really like John Brown at 6,200 this week.
Yeah, I mean, the guy I really like this week is going to be Enunwa against Denver. And this is Sam Darnold's go-to. That's his go-to receiver. And I think he's always come to the cusp of breaking 100 yards. Never quite gotten there. I think this week is his week. I mean, it's not a super tough defense. He can get open, find those pockets. I think Enunua's going to have a big game coming up here this week.
Going down a little bit. D.D. Westbrook, right? Someone's gonna catch him. There's a reason why they're so closely priced. Pick your poison, right? One of them's gonna do very well. If not both, both of them could do well against Kansas City. So I like both of these guys. I don't know which one honestly is gonna show up. It's always one or the other.
I'm taking Westbrook, baby.
You going Westbrook?
I'm taking Westbrook.
Okay. Yeah, I like Westbrook too.
Yeah.
Keelan Cole, I think. Either one I'm okay with. I like Allison at 5,700. If he plays with, he has some concussion, so if watch out for that. But if he plays, that's a great price for someone that can definitely burn those Detroit defenders.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of targets, man. It's pretty cool to see. I mean, we'll keep an eye out on his concussion protocol, how that's going to turn out going forward.
Yeah.
But so far, I mean, these lineups. Who else that you may kind of think
Go up. I mean, like
steal?
there's Sanu, 5,600. Love the matchup against Pittsburgh, and he's been putting up quiet numbers. He hasn't been bad.
I like Jordy this week.
Jordy, okay.
I like Jordy Nelson this week. And only reason I'm saying is because of that off day from Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
You know, and statistically and like going through the past, you know, we don't like to live in the past, but it's just shown that when Amari Cooper's not there, most of the targets are going to Jordy Nelson. So, I mean, I like Jordy Nelson this week. For 5,600, come on, it's a steal.
Scroll up, let's see. Anyone? No.
Matthews had a big game last week.
Yeah, he had a touchdown. Go up. I mean, I'm maybe like super sleeper. We're probably done with this, guys, but we're gonna check James Washington maybe against Atlanta. 5,100 if you're looking to pay down. He's been putting up quiet numbers. He's a lot more hit or miss than Juju or Antonio Brown, but if you didn't want to pay up for one of those guys, not a bad pick. You had Aldrick Robinson show up for us last week, right?
Did.
I don't know if that's gonna happen again, guys. I wouldn't throw all my money into that, but maybe one lineup that you make, maybe risk it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt. I mean, most of you guys are doing multiple lineups anyway, kind of switching it up. If you're looking to pay down Antonio Callaway on a whim there, I think he may actually have a good game as long as Baker can kind of get him on point.
And if he can catch, he gets open. He gets
Down
open
field,
deep. He just can't catch, man. And he's like the rookie Ted Ginn. Let's go ahead and we'll just move on to tight end.
Yeah, let's go check out our tight ends.
Now to the tight ends.
Woo.
Yeah. So you always got the above 7,000. You got two guys that you can always pretty much rely on, which is Travis Kelce and Zach Ertz.
Week in and week out.
Yeah, both those guys I like. Even with Jacksonville, I like them both. I think they're both consistent enough for me to, if I'm gonna pay up for one of them.
Yeah.
What do you think about George Kittle? He actually looked very good with Beathard.
Yeah, looked really good with Beathard. Good rapport. But that goes back to week one when the rapport was really good with Garoppolo, and then all of a sudden it slid downhill. So hopefully with Beathard, he should have a very reliable outing. And at 6,400, not a steal, but we'll consider putting him in the lineup there.
Yeah,
I like the matchup.
Jared Cook has been a target monster this year.
Yeah.
I have him in all my season longs, and he pretty much won me on all. He got like 30-something points. Yeah. Massive amount of targets, has touchdowns. You can tell that. I think more than anyone, Derek Carr trusts him the most. It seems like you got 1 week Amari Cooper, 1 week Nelson, but if you look, the most consistent guy in that offense is Jared Cook. So at 5,900, I don't mind paying that, and I like Rudolph also at 6,100. I wouldn't be against that. Let's go down and check out some of these lower price guys.
Yeah, I mean, I see Njoku having a big game here, kind of being that release valve for Baker Mayfield, especially with some pressure and things like that, like you mentioned. Out wide, might not have enough time to get the ball out there, but Njoku's going to be his release valve, and hopefully, he's been getting more targets, especially since Baker Mayfield's taken over, and just excited to see the increased rapport and targets going forward.
You can go Austin Hooper against Pittsburgh's defense. Just understand that dude's going to get like tops like 5 to 7 targets. He's probably going to get less than that every game. Honestly, that's kind of how it works. But he has that big playability, and against the Pittsburgh defense, this might be the week where he gets that big touchdown.
The other guy I really like is Uzoma, especially with Eifert out. Uzoma, I mean, a couple weeks ago he got a touchdown. He's not bad. He's not bad at all. He gets open. A couple of times last week.
He's the main man now.
Dalton missed him. He was wide open, so I think he's going to kind of capitalize on that, especially with the attention being on A.J. Green and Tyler Boyd. Uzoma should be good value at 4,700. Fit him in your lineup. Make it work.
Vance McDonald, 4,600 against Atlanta. I mean, he's putting up numbers anyway, and against Atlanta's defense, he's going to have a lot of opportunities to capitalize. I really like him at 4,600, and that can be the kind of guy you pay very low down on to afford some of the other guys we named previously at the the more trustworthy positions.
I love watching Vance McDonald, man, on the field when he stiff-armed that one guy a couple of weeks ago. Last week, you know, he's just a physical runner when he gets the ball in his hands. It's actually kind of fun to watch when he gets the ball. And, you know, this week should be no different. I know Jesse James is in the mix, but McDonald keeping that rapport going on, it should be pretty exciting to watch.
Yeah, you could go Goddard, right?
Goddard.
But let's not go dirt this
Yogurt.
week.
Yogurt.
Go-Gurt. It's Go-Gurt, right?
Go-Gurt.
It's like
Yep,
actual. Go down. Let's see who else we got. Let's look way down here. Hey, if you want to, I don't know. They have so many tight ends in Baltimore. Cleveland's defense has been really bad against tight ends. Hayden Hurst might come back. That was their draft pick this year at tight end.
Yep.
So if you want to risk it, that's a guy that no one's probably going to play at 4,500. That could, you know, put up some numbers. If he does play, watch out. He might not. Anyone else that you're liking down here?
Personally, not really. Yeah, not really liking anyone.
The only other guy that I might swing it at is Rhett Ellison at 4,400. With Ingram probably still out, you know, he's going to be out there. I don't like the matchup per se with Carolina.
Not at all. Not with that linebacking core, dude. Whew,
yeah, but if you want to pay down though, you know, you can.
Yeah.
Yo, did that Jordan Leggett guy? He scored some points last week.
He did.
Who was the guy that like was ranked up here for no reason? Who was it?
I forget who it was, but Leggett had.
We joked about this guy, but yeah, I don't think that's who we were talking about. But yeah, hey, 4 points. You know, don't do it.
This is a bad mixture there. But yeah, that wraps up our tight end spots.
Yeah, let's fly through defense.
Yeah, let's go through our defenses. I'm pretty excited to check it out.
And now just to fly through some defensive picks. The Rams 4,700 against Seattle. Seattle's not blocking very well, so I would like that pick.
A field day.
Yeah. Not feeling Jacksonville against Kansas City. It's a great defense, but
that offense is high powered.
Maybe Arizona against San Fran, 4,300. Honestly, I kind of like Baltimore down here against Cleveland at 4,200. They slowed down the Steelers' offense, which is a much better offense in my opinion. Oh, yeah. Last week, I don't see why they couldn't slow down Cleveland and Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I think the Ravens should be a good pick this week. And we're looking at, I mean, Green Bay has put up quite a bit of points here. That's interesting to see.
It is interesting. Detroit's got a good offense, but, you know, Green Bay's defense doesn't stop people from scoring, but they get turnovers, and that's all you care about is fantasy points. So they're getting them somehow.
Yeah.
Denver against the Jets at 4,100. I could see that being a good matchup from them. Tennessee.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I think Tennessee's going to have another great outing.
Their defense has been solid all year.
They have.
And Buffalo's offense had one good game against my favorite team, of course. But, I could see them.
I like the Titans. Titans should be a good pick this week.
Yeah. Anyone else that you see down? Last week I kind of punted Miami's defense. They got me 0 points, but I still won money because I was able to fit so many high-scoring players because of it. So let's see if there's any punt options. Maybe I don't know if there is, man. I'm not gonna do Atlanta against Pittsburgh for sure. If I was gonna punt one, I don't like any of it, guys.
Mm-mm.
I'd rather just pay up a little bit and confirm that I'm gonna actually get like something.
Yeah, instead of getting negative points or 0, which doesn't really help. With the matchups that we pointed out, I mean, I feel like Titans you can kind of get away with.
Yeah, if you want to pay down, go Tennessee.
Yeah.
3,900. That's cheap enough for you to afford some other guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely that wraps up our current defensive situation, and we wraps up our video on our
picks at least.
And hopefully you guys found this pretty helpful. Pretty excited to kind of keep you guys updated. And
let's close this out.
Yeah, let's go ahead and out to the road.
Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Please, let us know in the comments section if you guys have any other players that we didn't name that you like this week. Share with the mish&mills family. Share the wealth.
Absolutely. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. We would love to hear from you guys. And also on our Twitter handle, mills_mish. And we're looking to have a good conversation with y'all. And if you need us to do anything a little bit extra, just let us know as well.
Yeah, shoot us a comment.
Absolutely. Other than that, peace out.